What's going on, Packers fans? Welcome to an at-home version of the Packers Report. My name is Joey Petersen. I am your host, and we got a video out for you because we have a trade. That's right, the Green Bay Packers are sending over a 2027 sixth-round pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. In return, they get offensive tackle Darian Kinnard, who was a fifth-round pick, and he's won the last 3 Super Bowls played, 2 with the Chiefs, 1 with the Eagles, and now the offensive line depth for Green Bay just gets a little bit better. And Luke Butkus has spoken over the past couple of days, and he's kind of, reiterated that he is not a fan of where this current offensive line depth is. Now, I will add, I am a little bit confused about the fact that they're adding at tackle. Because, in my opinion, offensive tackle depth is pretty good with this team right now, right? Obviously, you have Zach Tom, Rasheed Walker, Jordan Morgan, who many people think is going to be the starting left tackle for this team once week 1 officially rolls around. And then also you got Anthony Belton, second-round pick at NC State. Now, Anthony Belton has kind of had back-to-back preseason games where he's had to get chewed out on the sidelines by Matt LaFleur, but he's also had back-to-back preseason games where his, comeback, his second half, or after getting yelled at by Matt LaFleur, were a lot better than what he showed before that, okay? And so I'm a little bit confused at the move for a tackle when I feel like the interior of the offensive line is really what's needed as of right now, okay? Maybe not as much on the exterior. Now, I don't know what that means, possibly with the plan for Rasheed Walker. If, Jordan Morgan is going to be the one who starts, Rasheed Walker's still a really good left tackle. Right, that's a position that is very, very wanted and desired by teams across the league. So I don't want to speculate. I don't want to put things out in the universe if they're not going to be true, right? I don't want to just say, oh, this makes me feel like this might happen if it's not going to happen, right? No speculation. But it does make you wonder if they're adding in another offensive tackle. Do they feel good about where Jordan Morgan is? And do they feel like they could get something in return for Rasheed Walker if somebody's reaching out to them about a Rasheed Walker trade? Regardless, you got a brand new offensive tackle, okay? At least a new offensive tackle depth piece, which is never anything bad. I'm never going to be upset about adding more depth to the offensive line for multiple reasons. Number one, we all know that this game is won and lost in the trenches, and that's on both sides of the ball. The ability to protect the quarterback and the ability to get after the quarterback on defense, okay? So the more guys you have and you feel good about in the offensive line room, especially at those tackles position, the happier that I'm going to be, frankly, 100% honest. And also, it's really easy for offensive linemen to get hurt. I mean, it's good football. It's easy for everybody to get hurt. So the more depth you have and the more depth you feel confident, I feel good out. A little bit more about Darian Kinnard. He was a former fifth-round pick. He's only played in, I believe, 3 total games, 6'5", 322 pounds. He's 25 years old. His PFF grades last year, 61.3 overall grade, a 52.4 pass block grade, a 64.3 run block grade. Only 71 defensive snaps played, though, last year, which was 115th out of 140 tackles. He did play a little bit at guard, and so I'm curious if that's maybe the plan for Kinnard, is for them to shift him to the interior of the offensive line. But still, I mean, giving away a 6th-round pick for 2 drafts from now, again, I'm not going to be upset about it. Is this a move that should make up the difference in a Super Bowl run or not? No, of course not. Do I expect that to happen over the next couple of days? I don't think so, but it's something to watch out for. As we know, roster cutdown day is almost here. We are just under 48 hours away from it, okay? They have to turn in their rosters, their 53-man rosters, at 3 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday. So that's basically all these next couple of days are going to be, right? Cuts get from 90 to 53. I'm honestly surprised that not more cuts have leaked throughout today. Now, I feel like that's going to kind of start happening tomorrow, and then they're all going to trickle on and be finalized by the end of the day on Tuesday. But that means that somebody in this offensive line who probably felt like their job was safe before this, their job probably isn't as safe as they originally thought. Like I said, Kinnard, only 25 years old, played in or has won the last 3 Super Bowls, second player ever behind Ken Norton Jr. to have won 3 consecutive Super Bowls. And so he's got a lot of rings. Hopefully it makes it a 4th here in Green Bay. Hopefully that trend keeps on going, and hopefully he keeps on winning those Super Bowls. He can bring a championship to Green Bay. But as of right now we just kind of monitor what's going to come on Tuesday. Still don't know how this roster is going to shake out, right? Still don't know how many wide receivers are going to be taken, how many cornerbacks are going to be taken. Is a guy like Isaiah Simmons going to make the roster, or is it going to be a guy like Christian Welch, right? Probably lean a little bit more towards a guy like Christian Welch. What's going to happen with the health of these individuals? We heard Jordan Love speak at halftime of yesterday's game, said that he feels really, really good about where the health of this team is going, and he feels like as of week 1, when all attention is focused and turned towards the Detroit Lions, he feels like this team is going to be 100% ready to go health-wise. Matt LaFleur did speak yesterday after the preseason game and did say something to the tune of, he would not be surprised to see Jordan Love getting full reps this week at practice. And I think that's the next focus point for him. He came back, he had that procedure almost 2 weeks ago, and then last week he was taking reps during 7-on-7. Now, the 7-on-7 reps were already from if he was under center, it was on a stool. If he was in the shotgun, it just started with his hands, just slowly trying to get back to, being able to use that left hand, using that left thumb. But I feel like he's going to be 100% ready to go, and we're going to see a lot this week out of him in practice. I guess training camp is officially over, and so now we move toward the regular season, kind of getting back into a regular flow of the way that practice is during the season when the season is here. And so to wrap us up today, before we get out of here, Darian Kinnard, you are now a Green Bay Packer. They feel a lot better about their offensive line depth with that addition. 6th-round pick in 2027. That's all they traded away, and that's all we got. Be on the lookout. Make sure you subscribe, turn on those notifications. It's going to be a busy next couple of days, okay? Super busy. We're going to have a ton going on, a ton of news out, so make sure you're subscribed. And also, if you haven't joined the Noti Gang yet, get those notifications on, okay? Turn that bell on, and what that means is, every time we drop a video, you'll get notified. You can be the first ones in here, and you can be the first one to catch up on all the latest on the Green Bay Packers. Appreciate you guys for tuning in today. My name is Joey Petersen. You've been watching the Packers Report. Again, a reminder, you can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram as well. The links to both of those are going to be in the comments and description of today's video. And then also, you guys know what I'm going to say. Hit that subscribe button. Join us for everyday coverage of your favorite team in green and gold.